Hello everybody, my name is Ash and welcome back to Dark Souls 3. We're in Firelink Shrine. It doesn't really look like the Firelink Shrine from the first Dark Souls, but hey, this game calls it Firelink Shrine, so it's Firelink Shrine. It's very reminiscent of the Nexus from Demon Souls, if I do say so myself. Except we don't have archstones where we can walk to each level, we just have like these thrones that will represent each level or each boss of each boss of each level, with one of them already being filled out.
Welcome to the bonfire, unkindled one. I am a firekeeper. I tend to the flame and tend to thee. The lords have left their thrones, and must be delivered to them. To this end, I am at thy side. Ashen One, to be unkindled is to be a vessel for souls. Sovereignless souls will become thy strength. I will show thee how. Ashen One, bring me souls plucked from their vessels. Ashen One, to be unkindled is to be a vessel for souls. Sovereignless souls will become. I will show thee how. Ashen One.
She doesn't have much to say after that. She also has.
Then touch the darkness within me. Take nourishment from these sovereignless souls. Let these souls withdrawn from their vessels.
So she actually has the ability to level us up, so I don't know what we want to level up just yet. Kind of undecided.
Ashen One. May the flames guide thee.
May the flames guide thee, which is kind of the catchphrase of this game, but you first hear it in the Artorias of the Abyss DLC in Dark Souls 1.
Ah, another one roused from the sleep of death. Well, you're not alone. We unkindled are worthless. Can't even die right. Gives me conniptions. And they'd have us seek the lords of Cinder and return them to their moulding thrones. But we're talking true legends, with the metal to link the fire. We're not fit to lick their boots. Don't you think? What a sick joke. Asking us to seek the lords of Cinder and return them to their moulding thrones. We're talking true legends, those who would link the fire. We're not fit to lick their boots. What a sight.
Alright, and this is basically the crestfallen warrior of this game. We'll learn more about him as the game progresses. He also gave us a nice little emote, Collapse. Very disparaging.
A pleasure to make thine acquaintance, Ashen One. I am but a humble handmaid of the shrine. Weapons, armor, trinkets, and spells. I've lots of little things to ease the burden of a weary traveler. And yes, I'm undead too, but not so charitable as to give my goods away. Ashen One, fetch souls and bring them to me. As is thy wont, no? Ashen One, if my wares are not to thy satisfaction, bring me umbral ash. With ash, I'll fashion new wares. Is it not our sorry fate to sup on death? Knowest thou of that soppy gossip? That cordial intrusion layeth the path to embers? And so thou art in need of a soapstone, ashen one. Then thy pockets will overflow with souls to trade to me.
She's essentially a merchant. Funnily enough, we can actually sell to her from the start of the game onwards. There's no like special character that we need to do that with. We can pretty much do that with most of the merchants in this game.
Ashen one, if my bring me up, is it? Knowest thou of the times?
Okay, she repeats what she
Ashen
says.
one.
The best thing about these selling is you see these souls. They're much like the souls in previous games where you can just like use them and that's that. But in this game, when you sell them,
How may I?
you actually get the value of the soul that as if you would have popped it. So it's a lot quicker to sell all the souls rather than popping them. Pretty convenient. Anyway, if we look at our wares, we will see that we have quite a bit of stuff here. I'm not going to buy anything, but I am going to have to buy that tower key at some point. She sells, basic spells, healing. I think that we have the faith to cast, but we don't have a tool that can cast it. Although then again, pick up the talisman. The talisman for casting miracles of the gods, once a very common item among the ranks of the old way of white. Equip talisman or a sacred chime to cast miracles. Miracles must be attuned at the bonfire. Unfaltering prayer. Temporarily increases poise while casting miracles, preventing enemies' attacks from interrupting the prayer. Works while equipped in either hand. That's very, very convenient. So I don't know if I'm going to read everything here, but I'm going to read the. I will read the online item things here. Be summoned to another world as a phantom through your sign and defeat the area boss to gain the strength of the flame. So yeah, if you do successfully co-op in someone else's world, you'll become embered in your own world, as well as I think you also gain an ember item, which is one of these. The nature of Lothric is murky, unclear. The white soapstone allows unkindled to assist one another. Dried finger with multiple knuckles. Use strength and connection to other worlds, allowing summoning of a third phantom, but also a second dark spirit. Also makes the summoning of a dark spirit occur earlier. Use with caution. So people pop that if they want to get invaded more often. Look and read the spells as well. Elemental sorcery, fires a soul arrow. To use sorceries, equip a bonfire. Variation of soul arrow developed by the sorcerers of the Undead Legion of Farron. Fire a soul dart. Well known among the Farron sorceries, it is learned far and wide due to its ease of use. Which is true, because it's only got 8 intelligence. And Heal Aid, slightly stores HP. Miracle imparted as tries to those of little faith. A show of tolerance from the way of white. Slightly restores HP. To use miracles, equip a talisman or a sacred chime to tune a miracle at the bonfire.
Ashen one, be sure to bring more souls.
And yes, this is Andre.
Well, a newcomer, I see. I am Andre. I serve at this shrine as a humble smith, forging weapons. You're in search of the Lords of Cinder, I trust. A toilsome journey, I'd wager. You'll require good arms. Let me smith you weapons. I am a smith, such is my purpose.
So, he has the ability to reinforce our weapons, which we can't do because we don't have the equipment. He can also infuse weapons. If we started off with a fire gem, we could have infused our weapon, made our weapon a fire sword right away. Repair equipment, which we currently don't need to do. Lots of Estus flasks, so we can like decide whether we can go all blue, all orange, or a bit of both. We'll go with all orange for now. And also reinforce Estus, but we don't have a shard.
Weapons and protection are sturdy enough by and large, but when overused, they'll eventually break. When their durability is low, repair becomes a necessity. Use a powder, or simply rest at a bonfire. But should chance impel them break, bring them me. I'll hammer them back into shape. They take no pleasure in breaking, I assure ye. So handle them with care, if you would.
Yeah, the durability in this game is very slow. It's very rare that you're going to have to repair anything.
There are two ways to smith weapons. Simple reinforcement is one, and infusion the other. Reinforcement is straightforward. It strengthens a weapon without altering its property. Infusion is a more advanced form of smithing that infuses an element. Reinforcement requires titanite, and infusion requires gems. Bring the stones, and I'll do the smithing. It's my purpose, after all. In battle, your weapons are your only friends. Forge them well, and they won't let you down.
Hurrah!
Another matter. Infusing weapons with gems requires a special kind of coal. My humble coals won't be any use infusing more unusual gems. I know, it's an awful shame, but it's all I have. Oh, please don't give me that look. Believe it or not, I'm quite thin-skinned. Oh, by the by, if you find any Estus shards, bring them here. They can be used to reinforce either of your Estus flasks. Without those flasks, you'd want for life or focus. And they'll always stay with you. Why not treat them well? Huh? Weapons and protection are sturdy enough by and large. But so prithee be careful. I don't want to see my work squandered.
Alright, and thing is with Andre, he is pretty much one of the only NPCs with a moving mouth when he talks. And much like a lot of things in this game, he is a reused asset. He's same voice actor, which is obviously not recorded new lines, obviously. But it's got the same character model. Anyway, let's go up here. Now, speaking of like new reused assets, we've got this here. If you recognise it, it's from Dark Souls 2. Cedar Tree Giant is yet to fall, and it's kind of a mechanic that's for online only, I guess. I mean, we might get it from NPC invasions, but basically invaders come in the world, and then there's a rare chance that this I don't know if it's rare, if it's guaranteed, or if it's just a chance thing, but a seed of tree giant can be picked from this location. And what that does, it makes all the enemies aggro to the invading player. It also they'll still attack the host player, but it's helpful. I've got this tree here. Now, nice little trick that people like to do is to skip out on getting the tower key and getting certain items early. I like to run up this tree and then jump across, but I'm having trouble doing it because I'm recording. Anyway, point is, you can jump onto there and you can get some items, but I'm not going to do that because I want to try and make somewhat of a playthrough that's more like, not basic, but like something that's more like how you're supposed to beat the game, I guess. Now there's one more NPC that we need to talk to. See here, all these thrones have an engraving on the back. Saint Aldrich of the Deep. Ludlif the Exiled, which Ludlif is actually sat there already. Holy Knight Lothric, last hope of his line, which, you know, got a lofty title for a lofty fella who's going to be in the big centre of the room, so he's kind of implied that he's supposed to be like the final, like, in fact, I'm pretty sure he is the final Lord of Cinder, because you can't fight him unless you fight the other ones first. Watchers of the Abyss, which, you know, which is pretty much an army of them. That's why there's a lot of swords all over the thrones. And Yorm the Giant of the Profane Capital. We'll be learning more and more about these characters as we progress through the game. Let's go talk to Ludlif, who's the only lord that's actually already here.
All that unkindled, and a seeker of lords. I am Ludlif of Corland. Look not in bewilderment as I say. I linked the fire long ago, becoming the Lord of Cinder. If substantiation be thy want, set thine eyes upon my charred corpse. This sad cadaver. No need to be coy. Have a closer look. Knowest thou of our purpose? 5 thrones will take 5 lords as kindling for the linking of the fire. The fast fading flame must be licked to preserve this world. A reenactment of the first linking of the fire. So it is, I became a Lord of Cinder. I may be but small, but I will die a Colossus. Knowest thou of... Now, do not be away over long.
Now he does have you can do more of him later, but again, we'll get to that when we get to that. And there's one last NPC that we need to deal with.
Ashen One, produce the coiled sword at the bonfire. The mark of ash will guide thee to the land of the lords. To Lothric, where the homes of the lords converge. Farewell, Ashen Maiden.
Well, if I have to, bedded coil sword. We'll just create a bonfire. Look at that.
Ashen One, produce them to...
Yeah, I've just done
Very
that. How
well,
dare
then
you? If you notice,
Manifestations of disparity.
She has a little bit of a prayer going on whilst we're in a level up screen.
Burrow deep within, retreating through darkness beyond the reach of flame. Let them assume a noble state, inhabiting
It's very reminiscent of the
farewell,
Man in
Ashen
Black
One. May
from Demon Souls. So yeah, there's one more person that we need to deal with. And they're all the way back here. See at the top of them stairs there. Bit of a pain to fight him because he has the a katana and a nice little weapon stance. But a little trick you can do is you can stand here and block, and he will fall to his death. And he does drop loot, but luckily for us we can save and quit. And his items will appear. He's a bit of a pain in the ass to fight, to be honest, because he does do bleed build up and has a lot of range, and has that power stance move that can close the distance really quickly. But do that, or cheese him with range or spells, you should have no issue with him. Anyway, he drops the Uchi Katana, Master's Attire and the Master's Gloves. So, look at this. A unique katana characterized by a fine craftsmanship of an eastern land where it was forged. The finely sharpened blade cuts flesh like butter and causes bleeding, but breaks easily as a result. Skill hold. Assume a holding stance and rapidly execute a lunging slash with a normal attack or a deflecting parry with a strong attack. So yeah, his lunge is pretty deadly. And I kinda hate the fact that the items are thingy. Master's Attire. Terribly worn shirt. Men are fond of weaving tales to explain the raggedness of their garb. My sixth sense warned me of danger, and I danced between flurries of blades unscathed, but alas, my clothes went to tatters. Where is it? Although the fact that we have pants on is kind of gimmicky. It would look better if we had the loincloth from the deprived class, because that would kind of complete the actual look. But naked is not actually naked now. You get these like long johns or something and a rope. I guess to keep your sword on, even though it's not touching it. Anyway, that'll be that. Put our gear back on. I think we have enough points to level up again, so as such we'll do that.
I shall predict them up to very well
Level
then.
up. There we go. Doing pretty well for our levels. Anyway, that was we spent 25 minutes just sat in Firelink Shrine. So anyway, I'm going to end the episode here. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Oh, she bowed. That's a thing. Alright, see you guys later.